On Sunday, supporters of North Hawaii Hospice gathered at the Fairmont Orchid Resort on the Kohala Coast to take part in the second annual lantern floating ceremony.
And it's just really beautiful, very moving ceremony.
The benefit took place at Coconut Grove and included live multicultural entertainment, music, hula, taiko drummers, and Hawaiian chanting.
We have Reverend Yagi, who is a Buddhist from the Hongwanji, prayers and chants and different remembrances.
By sunset, Pauoa Bay was lit with hundreds of floating lanterns. It's an emotional event for those who take part.
Well, I think people come here to participate in the ceremony usually because they've lost somebody that they love. They want to remember them. And for some people, this has been in just this last year, and they're still having a lot of grief and a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling. And for other people, it's something that they do every year to remember a loved one. It could be somebody, a grandpa, grandma who passed away a long time ago. But this is still a way for them to spend some time remembering them and honoring them and doing something that is very meaningful, releasing the lantern on the ocean. Very personal for each person that's here. They all have a different reason that they're here.
I'm celebrating Lon Ussery, who was a longtime companion and hiking buddy. And this is him getting back into hiking shape in Switzerland after a bout of lung cancer. And this was in 2005. This ceremony will help me send him on what I hope will be a wonderful hike with something wonderful around the next bend, which is what he always wanted to see. What was around the next bend?
My grandfather on my dad's side, he passed away in prison a while ago. He was a general to the old king of Iran, and I wrote to him from my whole family, basically just remembering him and telling him how much we miss him and love him, and that his sacrifice isn't forgotten, and that he's made my family who we are today. I think it's really beautiful, and I think it really brings people together, and it makes you feel less alone. So I know he'll see me do this, and it'll put a smile on his face. So he'll never be forgotten.
I think at first people decorate their lantern, and so when they're decorating the lantern, they are having that memory while they're doing the work. It's kind of a time to actually take a few minutes out of your day and really think about a person that you're missing, that you love, that you wish you could spend time with or say hello to. And then as the chanting begins and people start to walk down to the water, that's a really solemn moment when they're going down to the water and they actually put the lantern on the water. It's really moving experience. I did it last year for my grandma, and it was just beautiful for me to watch the lantern float out on the ocean.
Last year, the first year for the event in Kohala, was apparently well received.
I think the people really feel that this has been a release. They feel something has happened as a result of floating a lantern. They feel a sense of letting go, a sense of saying goodbye, and it isn't necessarily a sad thing. It's freedom, a sense of a little bit of freedom from the sad part of missing someone and losing someone. So last year we got a lot of calls for the whole week afterwards where people were mentioning how powerful it was and how important it was and how they're so happy that we're able to do this, especially here on the ocean.
Hospice says the lanterns are collected at the end of the release, the lantern bases are saved, and the lantern papers are collected, dried, and burned in a respectful manner.